Hi, I'm Tim. Thanks for watching this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set your Grandstream GCC series so that it can manage your switches and access points so that everything is all in one ecosystem together, making it much easier to manage. And it's all local control, so it's not cloud-based. So in this video, I'm going to be using a GCC6011 all-in-one convergence device and also a Grandstream Wireless Access Point, which is model GWN7665, which is their Wi-Fi 6E access point, and also a multi-gigabit switch which supports gigabit, 2.5 gigabit and also 10 gigabit connections. And the switch that I'm using is a GWN7822P, which also supports PoE. So if you want to find out how to set your Grandstream GCC series device to manage all your access points and switches locally, then keep watching this video and I'll show you how. Now, as you'll see on screen, I've logged into my GCC6011. Now, this is the Grandstream GCC6011, and if you don't already know, it's an all-in-one convergence device which features networking, also a PBX, as you'll see here, and you don't have to use the PBX if you don't want, but as you can see, I've enabled it. Now, in this video, what the Grandstream GCC 6010 and 6011 can do is manage your network switches. These are Grandstream ones, and also your Grandstream access points. So the GCC series has a built-in network controller. So I've been playing around with it for the last few days, and I've decided to bring my network switch and my access point into the GCC so that they're all managed in this one platform here. Now I've already added the switch. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to add an access point into the GCC so it can be managed all in this same ecosystem. So what we need to do first, at the top you will see we've got 6 icons. First one being the home or overview of the whole system. The second one being networking. The third one being the comprehensive firewall that Grandstream includes. And then the fourth one is network nodes. The fifth one is for the PBX. And then the sixth one, which is the final one, is for your PBX endpoints or UC endpoints as it's called here. Now what you need to do is first select the network nodes. So as you can see, it's the icon with the 2 little network switches. Click on this and this will take you into the network nodes. Now you will see at the left hand side we've got AP management and we've also got switch management. Now you will see we've got the switch here and it's saying it's already got one switch, so the switch is being managed by the GCC. So if you want to add a switch, all you would do is click on switch management, the left hand side, then select switch, and then what you would do is click on take over device. However, I don't have any more switches to add in as I've only got the one. So what I'll do is show you how to add the access point. So what we'll need to do is click on AP management at the left side, and then you'll see we've got 2 icons appear in the center screen, pair AP or take over AP. Now what we need to do to take over the access point and manage it in here, the GCC, is click on pair AP. Then you will see we've got an wireless access point appeared, which is the GWN7665, which is Grandstream's Wi-Fi 6E access point. Now what I've already done is factory reset the access point, which is always best to do before you import the devices into the GCC. So I would always recommend just factory resetting them quickly, whether that be a switch or an access point, and then it frees them up completely and starts them from factory default settings so that you can go ahead and then set them up and add them into the GCC. So you'll see we've got the GWN7665, so all we need to do is put a tick against it and click on save. Now you will see we've got the access point appeared here in the list of AP management. Now what we need to do is wait a moment for the access point to provision, and as you'll see, it's now just picked up an IPv4 IP address. You'll see we've also got firmware version, system uptime, SSIDs, channels, and so on. So that's all there is you need to do to add an access point into the GCC so you can manage it. Now what we're going to do is obviously set up the SSIDs and so on. So to do this, all you would need to do is at the left side, click on Wi-Fi management, and then this brings the drop down settings. So first you would do is click on SSIDs, and then as you'll see, we've got SSIDs which I've already set up. So if you want to add your own SSIDs, all you do is click add. Then in the information screen here under Wi-Fi, you would need to select the slider to turn it blue, which will enable this SSID. Then what you need to do is give your SSID a name. For example, we'll call this Tim-Lab. Then what you can do if you want to associate it with a VLAN is you would select this slider and then pick the VLANs as you'll see, which I've already created here. So what we'll do is just leave that as off. And then what you would do is select the SSID bands that you want the wireless network name to be broadcast on. So at the moment it's set to default by 2.4 and 5. However, you can pick 6 if you so wish. Now, if you tick 6, you'll see you get a message saying 6G is only effective for AP devices that support tri-band. Now, the Wi-Fi access point GWN7665 does support tri-band as it's a Wi-Fi 2.4, 5 and 6E compatible access point. So for the time being, we'll just leave it as 5 GHz. So we'll untick 2.4 and 6. And then what we'll do is set the security mode to WPA2 and WPA3. So it's compatible with both the old WPA2 and also the new or newest WPA3 at the time of recording this video. For the WPA key mode, we'll leave that as SAE, pre-shared key. And for the WPA encryption, we'll leave that as AES. And then what we'll do is enter a password in the WPA pre-shared key box. So this is the password to access the wireless network. So in this case, we'll just call this test 1234567 and then what you can do is if you want to enable a captive portal where you have a login portal to access the wireless network, you can enable this here, or you can also add block list filtering if you so wish. And also for client isolation, you'll see we've got various options here. So what we'll do is leave that as closed, which will allow access between wireless clients. So that's the default option. And then what we can do is click advanced, and we can also hide the SSID from being broadcast. So the name will not be shown in a list of SSIDs, and we can set various other options, but I leave those all as default. So we'll collapse that for the time being. And then what we'll do is go to device management. And here, if you've got more than one access point, you can pick which access point you want this SSID or wireless network to be broadcast on, which access points you choose. Now, as I've only got one, it's ticked by default. So all you need to do then to create the wireless network is just click save. And as you can see, we've now got Tim-Lab as the additional wireless network. Of course, you can go in and reconfigure them by clicking the square with the pen, or you can delete them by clicking the trash bin icon here. So once you've set up the SSID, then you go to PPSK. So if you want, you can enable pre-shared keys. Then what you would do is go to radio, and then you would set the specific parameters. For example, what the channel width is you want for 2.4G, 5G and 6G and so on. You could also pick custom channels that it could be broadcast on, and you can also set the radio power and so on. However, just leave those as default. So we'll click cancel, and then what you can do is go into meshing. So if you want mesh between access points, you can enable this if you so wish, and then you can also select a block list where you can block clients and devices from accessing your wireless network should you so wish. All you do is click add, give this block list a name, for example, test, and click save. And then what you would do, if you want to edit it, is click the pen and square. Then what you could do is add the devices in manually by entering the MAC addresses, or if you select available devices, it would then bring up a list here in this box that for clients that have already connected to your wireless network. So you could block the clients without having to manually enter the MAC addresses here in the Add Manually tab. So once you've done that, whether you need to use block list or not is up to you. But in this case, I'll just cancel it and then delete this block list and click delete. So that's how easy it is to add a wireless access point into your Grandstream GCC series device so that you can manage it all in this one interface without having to go into the devices individually. And this of course saves you having to manage them via the GDMS system, which is the cloud system. So if you don't like using cloud systems, then you can just manage it locally on your GCC device. And it also saves you having to have a virtual machine, for example, with the local network controller, which is called GWN Manager. So you don't need any additional hardware or use the cloud. If you don't want to, you can just use your Grandstream GCC6010 or 6011 to manage all your network devices by Grandstream. Now, in an upcoming video, what we'll be doing is going into how to set up firewall rules on the Grandstream GCC. So I'll show you how to do that in an upcoming video soon. So thanks for watching this video, take care, and I'll be back again with more videos soon. Bye for now.